So apparently Diddy's knee has been bothering him recently, so he reported it. At some point, it was decided that he needed medical care outside of the jail. He was taken to a Brooklyn hospital.
But we already know, man, they have been leaked Diddy's HIV status. And y'all think Jaguar Wright had been telling these lies for quite some time, but let me explain something to you. See, when you get into that documentary, right? When you get into that documentary and you go back to them Craig Mack days of when he caught HIV and he initially passed from full-blown, isn't that about the same timeline that they were sleeping with all the same dog? You better use your head.
Meek Mill came out saying that he'll pay somebody.
That's just like the video that's coming out with him and Will.
Everything now appears to be falling into place after a prison warden allegedly supported claims Jaguar Wright has been making about Diddy's health for years. Since being incarcerated, Diddy's health has reportedly declined quickly, and that development may not be entirely unexpected. At first, some assumed it was simply connected to the alleged freak-offs and the dramatic changes in his lifestyle. But according to our sources, the reality could be far more serious than previously believed.
You become a person that can be close to Puff. Man, you made it, is what you're thinking.
Okay.
You never thinking these problems is gonna happen, but when he pull his dick out,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
You better suck it.
So if you, no, it's not just you better suck it, it's you know, you better fuck it and suck it.
Yeah.
Allegedly, Diddy is reportedly dealing with multiple serious STDs, according to claims attributed to a prison warden at the private facility in Fort Dix, where he was supposedly transferred recently. Reports claim the issue may involve more than one infection, and some online accounts have made the even more serious allegation that it could be spreading among other inmates. However, these claims remain unverified, and there is no publicly confirmed evidence establishing that Diddy has any such condition or that anything has spread within the prison population. If you thought Diddy's behavior would automatically change after incarceration, some reports suggest otherwise. Before entering prison, Diddy had built enormous wealth, extensive connections, and significant influence, and according to these allegations, some of those advantages may have continued to benefit him behind bars. His reputation among fellow inmates has even been the subject of online speculation. But let's go back to when Diddy was still at the height of his career, moving through elite social circles and enjoying the status of one of the music industry's most powerful moguls. According to these allegations, the supposed health concerns may not have emerged recently. Some unverified claims attempt to connect them to his past relationships, including his time with Cassie and, according to others, even Kim Porter.
Nobody in America thinks there's nothing suspicious about Kim death, bro. If you are rich like that, you could, you know, Kim had, I think, a net worth of like, what, 12 million a year or something like that? Kim could have called any doctor to come over and look at her. If she was that bad, you know, she could have called an ambulance or something like that. Everything is suspicious about her death, bruh. And I don't think an autopsy was done on her. And if it was a half job.
He actually caught HIV, like having like a lot of women.
Oh yeah, let's just go down the rabbit hole of all of his sins.
I'm just saying.
You wanna know what's wild about that though? He faced that head up.
He did.
And he didn't stop doing what he's done.
He an advocate. Now he did that. And
period. Listen to me. He faced that head up. How many dudes is running around undetectable? G?
Come on.
In the game.
Man.
Because I could tell you 20 right now that I could rattle off names, and wouldn't nobody be able to sue me.
Just weeks after Cassie filed her complaint against Diddy in November 2023, additional individuals began coming forward with accounts of their alleged experiences involving him, describing what they said were lasting emotional, psychological, and physical effects. Among them was Jonathan Audi, who alleged that after his reported involvement with Cassie and Diddy, he developed an infection that he claimed was incurable. These allegations remain disputed and have not been established as fact.
15 encounters, and I heard lots of business, because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with people and stuff, and I was like a sex slave, okay? For them, I caught herpes, and I came back and I sued them for the herpes and won. But they did Mark Garros and Ben Mercedes were his attorneys, okay? They asked me to turn in that, which was the video recording, and I did so. They gave it back to me accidentally, and it's possible. I threw everything out. It's possible I can produce a copy.
People like Gina as well, who was allegedly subjected to an extremely traumatic experience after reportedly becoming involved in alleged LA freak-offs involving Diddy and members of his inner circle. Her story has also contributed to the wider discussion surrounding the serious allegations connected to those events, although the claims remain unverified.
So y'all know, I've come to terms that I don't know who gave me AIDS or HIV, right? So today, I got a message about an interview that I should watch. And this interview happened to include a celebrity man that I was sexually with for a few years, and I actually had feelings for this person. And let's just say this interview put a very bad light on this person. And I've dealt with cops over this person due to sexual conduct stuff that I thought was no big deal, so I brushed it off. But the fact that it's coming back to my face and they're telling me stuff about STDs and all this mess, and this man has been with me and everybody else doing the same thing with everybody else, and I don't know how to just brush it off anymore, because it's like, what if, what if this is the person who did this to me and he's living his best life? But hey, you can't have assumptions because it just makes an ass out of you and me. That's what they say. I'll never know, right? But I just don't like seeing stuff like that. I wake up and it ruins my whole day because I'm like, I don't think about this stuff for that reason, because I don't want to even, I can't do anything about it. I have it now. I'm half blind from it. I'm dealing with it. But if you did this to me and you've been fronting to me about, it's a lot. It's a lot, y'all. I don't know what to do, but I'm not gonna say too much. I'm just gonna let it go. It's just too much that I've been seeing and I'm hearing is giving me, you did this to me. But I can't assume. And I'm gonna leave it there. Because it is what it is. Can't do anything about it, can you? Nope. You just can't.
When you start connecting these claims to the people in the entertainment industry who were reportedly associated with Diddy, the story can begin to appear far more complicated and disturbing. Let's take Usher, for example. There have been allegations claiming that he transmitted an STI to 3 different individuals, including one man. However, these claims remain allegations and have not been established as fact.
Lisa Bloom filed a lawsuit in California this morning against Usher Raymond for failing to tell people he had a sexually transmitted disease before being intimate with them. According to the lawsuit, Mr. Raymond, better known by his performing name of Usher, was diagnosed with herpes back in 2009. Apparently, he has never publicly denied it, and Bloom filed the lawsuit on behalf of 2 women and 1 man who say they contracted herpes from the singer. California law states it is illegal to knowingly or recklessly transmit an STD.
If Mr. Raymond is in fact a carrier of the virus, as these reports state, my 3 clients allege that he violated their rights by failing to warn them prior to having sexual contact with them. At least one of my clients has tested positive for the virus and alleges that it was Mr. Raymond who transmitted it.
A few weeks ago, it was reported that Usher paid a woman more than $1 million in 2012 to settle a similar lawsuit. Usher has not commented on today's lawsuit.
When you start connecting the different claims, Usher has been linked to Diddy for years through professional relationships, mentorship, and reports surrounding his infamous parties. If even part of these stories were ever supported by credible evidence, they could raise questions about whether some of those relationships went beyond music and business. Then there's Craig Mack, the bad boy pioneer who sadly died after complications related to AIDS. Online speculation has claimed that he eventually distanced himself from Diddy after allegedly witnessing disturbing behavior firsthand. But was his decision simply a personal choice, or did something more serious influence his decision to step away? Those questions remain unanswered, and the claims surrounding them have not been established as fact.
Thing I know, money comes, with this mafia mentality with him and his goons and all that stuff like that. Talking about, you owe us an album. And I'm like, excuse my French, but I don't owe you. You owe me money.
But the person some believe may have faced the greatest tragedy was Kim Porter. As more people have claimed to possess troubling information about Diddy, questions have emerged online about whether there could have been more to her story than what was reflected in the official record. Her cause of death was determined to be pneumonia, while unverified online rumors have alleged that she may have previously tested positive for HIV. However, there is no credible public evidence establishing that claim. The official findings from the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner were clear. An autopsy was conducted, toxicology reportedly found no significant contributing substances, and the case was closed in 2019. Even so, speculation continued online about an alleged incurable illness being passed between people. Kim's father also publicly questioned the pneumonia diagnosis, saying he found it difficult to accept that explanation for her death. Something about the official account did not seem convincing to him, and he was not the only person who continued to question it.
I realized, man, Kim's death wasn't even investigated, bro. Her death wasn't even investigated. And it should have been a proper investigation so all the family members can feel like that there was no foul play in her death. How is it that you know how we are as a people? I don't believe that 10% of your viewers that's watching this don't keep their phone when they go to sleep in arm reach. How is it that there was no electronic products or gadgets around Kim's bed? Her laptop missing, her cell phone's missing. Everything is missing that she could get in touch with her little girls if they not at home or her friends or family. All that's missing. How is it that, and this is hearsay, that the detectives did not even view the body in the bed where she died at? That the coroner had already removed her, pronounced her dead, and told the detectives that it was no foul play. And if that is true, as I've heard it, and we read certain things on the internet about it, that case needs to be reopened. We know that Kim, and it's in the this is in the documentation. Shout out to Paperwork, at the Paperwork part. I gotta shout him out, man, because he looked in the paperwork and it said Kim received a massage for about an hour when she's supposed to have full-blown pneumonia. Who gives somebody a massage when they got pneumonia? And do we know whether she used that baby oil or not for that massage? It makes you say, that's a big man.
Now, with these latest developments, some observers believe certain pieces of the story are beginning to connect. Online speculation has suggested that several people within Diddy's broader circle either became less vocal, experienced personal difficulties, or in some cases were no longer present in the public spotlight. Names such as French Montana, Meek Mill, Usher, and Young Miami are frequently mentioned in internet discussions surrounding these allegations. There have also been continuing claims about alleged hush money payments and NDAs supposedly being used to discourage certain individuals from speaking publicly, although these claims have not been independently verified.
Okay, some very important instructions, okay? I go by the name of Love. We all here in Love. It's 4th of July. At my parties, we dance. Like guys dance with girls, and girls dance with guys, and guys dance with guys, and girls dance with girls. But you gotta dance though, okay? That's the shit. So, as I can't even understand if you're not dancing when this shit drops. Drop that.
Right now, the speculation continues to grow. Some online theories suggest that Diddy's biggest concern behind bars may not be his alleged health problems, but potential threats from other inmates. According to these claims, certain prisoners still believe he was somehow connected to the deaths of Biggie and Tupac Shakur. Some rumors even suggest that inmates who grew up listening to their music may have confronted him, allegedly contributing to speculation that he wanted to be transferred to another facility. But even a transfer would not necessarily guarantee his safety. The controversy grew further as internet theories attempted to connect Diddy to Jeffrey Epstein through broader conspiracy narratives. These claims suggest that their circles somehow overlapped, although no credible evidence has established such a connection. Other online stories have also alleged that spreading STDs was used as an initiation ritual within these supposed groups, but those claims remain completely unverified. So could Diddy's alleged behavior in prison be driven by desperation, or is this simply another wave of internet speculation? At this point, there is no reliable way to know. Online commentators have continued sharing strong opinions about the situation. One commenter claimed he knows he has it and refuses to wear protection, while another argued that anyone knowingly spreading an infection should face legal consequences. Others made similarly dramatic remarks about his health and safety. But what do you think? Do you believe any of these rumors have credibility, or is this simply another example of speculation spreading online? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out the next video because the story continues to raise controversial questions.